This is Tokimi, and welcome to episode 5 of Homestead. What's going on, everybody? This is Tokimi. Welcome to another episode of Homestead. Today we are getting into the beautiful food making. Last episode, if you didn't watch that, we built all of these beautiful, amazing farms that we have here. We got our wheat fields, 2 humongous wheat fields. Then we have our, potato, carrot field over there. And then we got our little vineyard here. And then we got our little mixture of crops here, which we have like lettuce, carrots, potatoes. We even got like tomatoes, flax. We got so many things here. And then we have our little walkway that goes to the back here that has even more variety of crops, which is like corn, onions, tomatoes, and I think back here we have cabbage. So we got a lot of crops to work with in today's episode. We are going to be working through the seasoned and settled quest line. This is the Farm and Charm mods quest line. I really like this one just because I like the Farm and Charm mod a lot more than Farmer's Delight. Only because Farmer's Delight is basically like oversaturated. It's in a lot of packs. I know that this is my own pack, but I just wanted to give people the choice to choose between Farmer's Delight and Farm and Charm. So in today's episode, we're going to be doing Farm and Charm. So we're going to have to start with these beautiful quests here. And then once you finish the roaster one to turn up the heat, then you will be able to unlock all of the foods that you are able to create. So we are going to have to move through these ones to unlock these ones, which is really cool in my opinion, because it does teach you the mod if you've never worked with it before. It has you craft all of the things that you're going to need to work with this mod. And yeah, it's just super cool, and I feel like it'll upgrade our farming even more. So I think we just get started with a quest here. Let's hop in. And we actually completed the first one, Harvest Valley, which is collect 8 potatoes, carrots, onions, tomatoes, and strawberries. And with that, you get a pitchfork and an iron hoe, which is really, really cool. So I think with the pitchfork, it's kind of like a hoe. You just like right click and it just turns it into farmland. So that's really cool. Now, the next quest that we have here is well-watered crops. You can make water sprinklers, which will automatically like wet your farmland, basically. It's a really, really cool block. So we're going to go ahead and craft a couple of those. We could place them around our fields. I think that would be really cool. So we need a bucket of water, or we could use our batter bucket, which is from the things mod, and then a couple of planks and some iron. So let's go ahead and craft this up, and then we can move on to the next quest. All right, so let's grab our batter bucket out of here. Let's go ahead and put those away, and then let's go ahead and get this water sprinkler going. So we're gonna do that, and we could craft a couple of these. I think 6. We'll do 8. We'll do 8. 8 should be good enough, which is beautiful. And I love the batter bucket because it's literally just an infinite water bucket, so you can use it for all the crafting recipes that you need. So now that we have those, we can go ahead and accept our next quest. It gives us some oak logs and some compost. And if you guys don't know what compost is, you can use this compost to then turn it, basically, it's just bone meal. It's literally just bone meal. I don't know why I'm talking so much, but yeah, you just use it, and it's kind of like a sack of bone meal. So as you can see, we just use it a bunch of times, and we got 13 potatoes. So that's a really cool thing. Yeah, let's go ahead and move on to the next quest. So the next quest is going to have us craft wooden silos. So if you guys read this, basically the wooden silos allow you to basically get dried versions of your crops. So if we look up the silo here, we're going to craft 4 of these, which is just a super, super easy crafting recipe. We go ahead and collect that quest. It also gives you 2 copper silos, which is really, really nice. So we're going to go ahead and place these out by our farm because, one, it's a really cool looking block, and it's also functional. So I feel like right here could be a really good thing. So you just stack them on top of each other, and I think you could stack them up to 9 tall. So you just open this up. Let's go ahead and grab some wheat here, actually. We'll just grab some wheat, and then we'll right click on there, and it takes 4 at a time. And if you have it open, it should spit out dried wheat once it is done, drying in the silo. So Yep, there we go. As you can see, we have dried wheat now from Let's Do Brewery, which you can then use to then start crafting yourselves beers from the Let's Do Brewery mod. It is really, really cool. They are very useful tools, so we're going to keep that one there, and then we could get the copper one going. I would say by the vineyard. I feel like the vineyard would be a really cool spot to have the copper one, because we have wine, beer, you know, it makes sense. So we got that quest done, which is beautiful. The next one is to craft 5 fertilized soil, which we have already done in the past, which I have used for this, you know, farm here. We used fertilized soil. And then you also have to craft the plow, which is, it's kind of like a tool. It basically just auto, you know, paths for you. It's really easy to make, you know, 2 planks, 3 iron nuggets. And I'll show you guys how that works. I don't want to use it near my house because I feel like that's just going to mess things up, but yeah, let's craft that. Let's go ahead and put this stuff away here, and then I'll show you guys how this works. If we go around the back of our house here, I don't want to do it super close because I feel like I'm gonna have building ideas somewhere over here. So let's go down here and I can show you guys super quickly what it does. So you place it down and you right click to, you know, take a hold of it, and it'll automatically till your ground for you, as you can see here. So shift right click it to let go, and it automatically turns everything into farmland, which is really cool. But you can also use it as a cool, you know, decoration thing. So I'm gonna go ahead and just destroy it and then put it somewhere in our wheat fields just to add some cool little decoration around our farm. And if we ever need to use it, then we got it right here. So I feel like it should be in the wheat field, probably like somewhere here maybe. Oh, did not mean to do that, but yeah, place it down there and you can't even see it. Okay, awesome. I would say we put it in front then, so we'll have like the plow like right there. There we go. Just a cool little plow, something cool to have as a little decoration. And that's that quest completed. Let's go ahead, go to the next one, which is going to be the feeding trough. We're just going to speed through these because obviously we want to get to making the foods, which is going to be the main part of this episode. The feeding troughs, if you read the quest line, it basically automatically feeds your animals that you have in like your barn areas or your fenced up areas, whatever you want to call them. But yeah, you can make these, fill them up with whatever foods you need to make, and it'll automatically feed your animals for you, so you don't have to go and right click all your cows with the wheat every 5 minutes after the breeding timer is up. So you craft those, and that's that quest completed. Next up, we have the crafting bowl, which is one of our first, you know, interfaces that will be used to craft the foods from this mod. So we're just going to dump all this stuff in here, and whenever we need them, we'll take them out. But like I said, we're going to make the mixing bowl here. So let's go ahead, look this up, or it's called the crafting bowl. That's my bad. The crafting bowl can be placed, and there we go. We got that made. Beautiful. So when you place this down, you can put your ingredients in here, right click it, mix everything together, and it'll make what you want to make. So as you can see, butter is used with the stirring of the crafting bowl. You just put milk in there and it's good to go. But when you accept this quest, you get some yeast and butter, which is actually pretty useful for some of the foods. So we're going to keep those on us actually, because that's going to be very useful. Let's go ahead and go to the next quest, which is going to be getting flour from Farm and Charm, and then getting raw pasta made by the mincer, which we have already created. So we're going to go ahead, look up how to make this flour, and the easiest way to do that is with wheat through the crushing wheel or the millstone or even the mincer. So since we have wheat, we could go ahead and just take this in the mincer and, you know, crank it up, and there you go. You get 4 flour per, which is actually really good. So I'm gonna just take a couple there. I don't want to use all of it because I think wheat is used for some of the other crafting recipes, so we're just gonna keep that. But yeah, we got some flour here. Now we're gonna make some raw pasta. So the way you make raw pasta is making dough. Now, the way to make dough from Farm and Charm is to mix water, flour, and yeast, which is perfect because we have water, flour, and yeast on us. So let's go ahead, throw these things in there. Actually, you have to right click it, but there we go. That, and then you mix it all together, and it should start making There you go. We got 5 dough. So that's beautiful. We have all of that set up now. I hate how you have to like break it to take all this stuff out, but I mean, it is what it is. So we got 5 dough now. Now we take this dough and I believe we just put this in the mincer. Yep. And you will get the raw pasta out of there. And it gives you 2 per, so that's really, really good. So now we got our raw pasta. We can go ahead and complete that. And the last step is going to be making a stove from Farm and Charm, the roaster from Farm and Charm, and the cooking pot from Farm and Charm. So let's go ahead and look up the stove from Farm and Charm here. Let's take some bricks, which we don't have. So let's see if we have clay. Oh, we are out of clay, which means it is time for a beautiful adventure. I'm sure we're gonna need a lot of other stuff as well, because I'm pretty sure we're low on onions. Like, we only have 27. I'm pretty sure we don't have a lot of the stuff from Farm and Charm. Like, what else is there? I think we have lettuce, oats. Oats I know we don't have, so we're definitely gonna have to go find some oats. But yeah, let's go ahead, go on a quick little adventure here, just because I am doing episodes every single week of this month of July. So I'm trying to make shorter episodes, but more quantity, just for you guys, just for this 1 month to test it out, see how it goes. And if it goes good, then I feel like this could be our new schedule. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead, go on a little adventure here, just a super short, quick one, because obviously we're making short episodes. So let's go ahead and time lapse away. All right, so we made our way back to the base. We got quite a lot of stuff. We found a little village that had like hella buildings from Farmer's Delight, which kind of helped. I got a bunch of bricks from those buildings because those buildings are made of bricks. So now we're able to make that stove. So let's go ahead and do the Farm and Charm one here. There we go. Then we are going to need the roaster and the cooking pot. So let's look up the roaster here. Super, super easy. Just made with iron and nuggets. I think we're probably out of nuggets. So, yep, there we go. And then we got the cooking pot from Farm and Charm. Takes a wooden shovel, which is kind of weird, but it is what it is. I guess it's for like the spoon or whatever. But yeah, there we go. That is the last one done. So now, as you can see, all of these are unlocked now, which opens up a whole new world for us to go ahead and get some of these foods going. So I think what I want to do is let's see what kind of stove we have over here. I know we have the Farmer's Delight ones. I'll replace this one here with the Farm and Charm one, and then we could go ahead and put whatever we need on top of there. But I guess for now, since we have 2 things that we're going to need that are going to use those, let's go ahead and make another stove. So let's make a second stove here from Farm and Charm, which is going to take a campfire. And there we go. So now we have that one. We can put that one away. And we could put all of these away as well. And then the cooking pot will go on top of this one. So get that. And there we go. Now, the thing about these stoves is you actually have to heat them up. So we're going to just grab some coal, since that's what we have most of. Use that as fuel. And then we'll get that going. So there we go. We got the stove cooking. Now we are good to go. So I think one of the first foods that I want to make is probably these meat ones down here, probably because they give a lot. So let's just go ahead and go one by one here. I think I want to finish like this whole section down here, and I feel like that would be a good point to stop. So the first one here is going to be baked lamb ham, which we can see how that is made. So you're going to use the stove, and all you need is lamb ham and a cabbage. So the way to make lamb ham is by putting raw mutton into a mincer. So let's go ahead and prep this bad boy here. Let's grab some of our raw mutton. We'll make a little bit of that. We'll do 8, and we will put that in the mincer. We'll mince it up, and we will get our lamb ham here, which is beautiful. So we'll get 8 lamb ham. Let's go ahead, get some cabbage here. 8 cabbage, which I believe it was. And then we go ahead and just put this in the stove itself. Not in the cooking pot, not in the roaster, but the actual stove here. And put that in there, and as you can see, it is lit up, and you can actually visually see the items in there, which is really, really cool. So we got those going in there, and it'll turn into the baked lamb ham, which you can see right there on the edge, which is really, really cool. So we'll wait for those to cook up here, and we will go ahead and make the next one, which is going to be lasagna. Oh, okay. Fun fact, I love lasagna in real life. It's too good. You have the layered pasta, you have the cheese in the middle, the different types of cheese, the sauce, like, bro, oh my gosh. And if you add meat in there, it just gets even better. So to make lasagna, there's 3 different things we have to do. So we have raw pasta. That is said and done. Easy peasy. And next, we actually have to make a cheese. So we can choose to make the cheese from Candlelight, Meadow. Actually, Meadow has a lot of cheeses, which is crazy. But I feel like we should do the Candlelight one because that's the easiest. All you have to do is just get milk and water. So we're going to need to go grab a couple of buckets here. And we're going to need to go milk a cow. Because obviously we need milk. So let's look at our map here. We got a cow right down straight ahead, which is perfect. We're gonna go milk this bad boy. We're gonna take it back to the base, and we're gonna make ourselves some cheese. All right, so we're back. Let's go ahead, put that milk in there. Let's grab our batter wuckets. Let's mix those in there, and we're gonna go ahead and oh, that was bad, like, placement of the inventory. Wow. Just get that water out of here real quick. But now the painting is all messed up. No. No, I need that painting back. I don't even remember which one it was. Was it that one? I feel like it was that one. We'll stick with that one. Whatever, dude. Bam. We got ourselves some 6 mozzarella. Whoa, you get 6 per, which is crazy. That's actually really good. So I'm gonna place that back down. Let's get another 6 here, and then we'll keep this thing going. I did not want to add cooked carrots in there, so now it's gonna be all messed up. Perfect. All right, let's do this the right way. There we go. We'll mix it up, 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 mix it up. Get some cheese and place water again. Oh my gosh, that's something they need to fix for sure. But yeah, we got that going. Now we are on one more step away from getting our beautiful lasagna. So we're gonna put all of our milk away here. We'll put our batter wucket back. We have our mozzarella here. We have our pasta. And the last thing that we are going to need for this beautiful lasagna is going to be the Bolognese. I think that's how you say it. Hopefully that's how you say it, but we need to figure this out. So we are going to need red wine, carrots, onions, bacon, minced beef, and then we're actually going to need a tomato soup as well, which is crazy. So we're going to go into the Farm and Charm cooking pot. It takes 2 tomatoes, 1 sugar, 1 bowl, and you get 1 tomato soup. So let's go ahead and get our tomato crates here. We're going to grab our tomatoes. Let's go ahead, grab some sugar as well, because that's what we're going to need. We're going to need 9 sugar, and then let's get 9 bowls. We have 5 already, so we could go ahead and craft 4 more. That is literally perfect. let's go back over here to our cooking pot. Let's go ahead, put our 9 tomatoes, 9 sugar, and 9 bowls. And now we're going to get our tomato soups, which are beautiful. Our baked lamb hams are done now, which we can now check off our list, get a bread pillow, bones, and some XP. But yeah, sorry I cut that off really short. That probably sounded so weird. I got a phone call. Like I was saying, we got a bread pillow, bones, and what else did we get from that quest? We got XP, I think. Oh, we also got a quest for making the mozzarella, which is really cool. We got a cheese wheel, salt and pepper shakers, and some more XP, which is really cool. Some more stuff. Bread pillow. Oh my dude, that's so cute. Look at how I'm holding it. Oh, I love it. Okay, let's go ahead and put this away. For now, we can figure out a place for that later. But yeah, we made our first food, baked lamb ham. We are going to wait for these tomato soups, which should be done by now. We got 5 out of it. That's not bad. Or actually, it messed up, so there we go. Then we're going to need to learn to make red wine, which I think is really easy, actually. It's quite literally just red grape juice and a sugar inside of the fermentation barrel from Vinery. So we might as well just get into it now, since we are making foods, and foods obviously take wine to craft it. So we'll make 1 fermentation barrel. We'll just set it up right here, and we'll go ahead and start the vinery here, which is right here, Vines and Vintage. So to make red wine, you are going to need red grape juice and sugar. Now, the way to get red grape juice, which I believe is just, yeah, getting red grapes and putting them into the what is it called? The barrel, the grape box. Nope, the grapevine pot. I was close. But yeah, oh, we already actually have one. And we actually have a lot of red grapes, which is perfect for this. So we'll just place that there. We'll place the red grapes in there until it fills up, and then we will squash on it. And then you will see that we can go ahead, get some wine bottles here, which we don't have any. So we're going to need to make some wine bottles, which is just glass bottles stacked on top of each other. Bang. And you pick that up, and now you have red grape juice. So you just do that a bunch of times. You squash grapes, step on it, pick up the grape juice, and do this over and over. So I'm going to do this for a little bit until we get all of our grape juice done, and I'll see you guys in a second. All right, so I think that's all we could get from there. We got 20 red grape juice, which is actually really good. We're going to go ahead and take our sugar here. And then actually we are going to need those wine bottles back, because we are going to need to put those in there with the sugar and the red grape juice. And I think it's going to start. Yep, there we go. It's going to take 5 minutes to make our first red wine, which is beautiful. So we'll go ahead and wait for that. While we are waiting for that, we are going to check out the Bolognese thing again, see what else we're going to need. So we have the red wine cooking. We have the tomato soup cooking. Next, we're going to need minced beef and bacon. Get minced beef. You just put raw beef into the mincer. That is easy enough. And bacon is pork chops. So that is really easy. We got a bunch of those here. Beef, I think we also have some, which is beautiful. And yeah, so we'll do 8 again, 8 of each. We'll see how much we get out of that, and we should be good. So we'll do the beef first. We'll get some minced beef here. Perfect. We're gonna get 1 per, which is not horrible. And then we'll go ahead and do the pork chops as well, and you actually get 2 per, which is very nice. So we're gonna get 16 raw bacon here that we can use towards our Bolognese. I hope I'm saying that right. Somebody please tell me if I butchered it. So it takes 1 bacon, 1 minced beef, 1 red wine per, and then carrot, onion, and the tomato soup. So let's go ahead and grab some carrots. Let's go ahead and grab some onions, which I know we have. And then we're going to go ahead and go get our tomato soups, which I think we should have 8. Of course, I messed up again. We're going to have 8 tomato soups. And then we should be good to go ahead and make the Bolognese for the lasagna. So I'm going to go ahead, wait for the red wine to finish up here, and I will see you guys in a second so we can go ahead and get our second food down for this episode. All right, so we got 4 wines cooked up. Waited a little bit longer than I should have. We got our 8 tomato soups now. So now we can go ahead and cook up our beautiful lasagna. Oh, actually, we need to make the Bolognese first in the roaster, which means we're going to need some bowls. So we're going to need 8 bowls, and we should be good after that. So let's just do that. I guess we'll make 9. It is what it is. Put those in the roaster, and then I believe it was the tomato soup, the cheese, the red wine, the carrots, the pasta, and the onions. Oh wait, it was actually bacon, not cheese. Or was it something else? I don't know what it was. Oh my gosh. Bolognese. We can use red wine, correct? Okay, we can use red wine. Bacon. Oh, it was minced beef, not pasta. There we go. Now it's in process of making our Bolognese. And then once we get our Bolognese, then we are able to use that to make the lasagna. So we're going to wait for the lasagna to cook up here, and I will see you guys in a second. All right, and we actually got 16 out of that, which is crazy. I think it's because you get 4 per. Yeah, you get 4 per, and we had 4 wines, so 4 times 4, 16. So we got our Bolognese now. We can now go ahead and add all of this into the stove and make our beautiful lasagna. So we're going to add in the Bolognese, the raw pasta, and the cheese, and we will go ahead and start getting our second food made. Beautiful. Next up is going to be chicken with vegetables, so we might as well just start making that one up here. So chicken with vegetables is going to be a harvest plate, some chicken parts, and white effect, which I believe we can use white wine, apple wine, cider. Beautiful. Okay, apple wine, really easy. You just get apple juice and a wine bottle, and that's literally it. Okay, so we'll go that route. What is a harvest plate? Stirring tomatoes, carrots, potatoes, and a bowl together. Really, really easy. So let's go ahead and do that one first. Let's get tomatoes, potatoes, and carrots from our farm, which is the whole reason why we made our farms. So we're gonna need some carrots and potatoes. So we'll just pick up everything that we have on this one here, because this is quite literally all carrots and potatoes. I accidentally messed that up. Here we are. I feel like that should be enough for now. Got a little bit over a stack of both. And then we're also going to need some tomatoes as well. So let's go ahead over to our little tomato crop here. We'll pick those up. Those are beetroots. We don't really need those. We really don't have any other tomatoes, huh? Okay. I think we might actually have some over here, which will be good for us. It's the Farmer's Delight ones, but you are able to use either or in all of the recipes. So this is going to help us out a lot, which is going to be beautiful. Honestly, we should just pick up everything that we can, because we're going to need everything here. So let's just go ahead and do that. I have no idea if I had a lantern on top of there. I don't know if I lost it, but let's pick up all the corn. I'm going to pick up everything in this farm, and then I'll see you guys in a second. All right, we went ahead and harvested everything. We got a bunch of stuff now, so that is looking beautiful. Our arsenal is really good right now. Might as well just pick up everything that we have. So I'm gonna go ahead, pick up all of our crops that I've grown, and I'll see you guys in the house once we have everything harvested. All right, so we got everything harvested up here. We got a lot of carrots, lots of potatoes, lots of tomatoes, onions, the seeds. We got asparagus, flax. We got hops, cotton. We got everything we need. So I'm going to just go ahead and drop all the seeds away, because I know we are going to need all of this. Let's drop the corn kernels, the flax, and I think that's it. So we actually do need bowls, which is beautiful that we got those. And then we're going to need to get tomatoes, potatoes, and carrots. So we got 20 bowls, so we'll do 20 of each crop. So we'll do 20 carrots, and we will do 20 potatoes. So we'll grab these, put them in the crafting bowl here, and we will go ahead and mix these up, and we should get the harvest plates. Oh, and we forgot the tomatoes. That's totally my bad. Okay, guys, I figured it out, and it was the most stupidest thing ever. I literally have just tried for 5 minutes straight to try and make this, and it was not working. You quite literally have to put it into the stirring bowl exactly like this. So you have to put the tomatoes first, then the carrots second, then the bowl, then the potatoes last. As you can see, that's the way that I put it in, and we got 3 harvest plates here. So that was really dumb, but now we're getting harvest plates. So I'm gonna whip this up, and I'll see you guys in a second when we can go ahead and make our chicken with vegetables. So I went ahead and made 30 harvest plates, which is not horrible at all. So we're gonna go ahead and see what we can do here. Next, we're gonna need chicken parts, which is literally just gonna be raw chicken and the mincer. So like we did before with the beef and the pork chops, we're gonna go ahead, put those in there. We're gonna go ahead and get our chicken parts here, which is really nice because you get 3 per. So that's nice. They shoot out really, really fast. So here we go. We got 12 chicken parts. We got 30 harvest plates. And now we're going to get apple wine. That is correct. I forgot about the cider. We probably should have done that first, but that is all right. We are going to need apple wine. The only way to get apple juice is by having apple mash inside of an apple press with a wine bottle. So let's go ahead and get an apple press here, which I know we have because we raided one of those things. Then we're gonna go ahead and grab some apples, literally just shove them in there, and it's just gonna automatically press them into apple mash. Now we don't have any apple mash, so we're gonna have to wait for this to make some apple mash, and then once we have the apple mash, then we'll put it in there with the wine bottles, get ourselves some apple wine, and then we'll be able to make our next food, which is going to be the chicken with vegetables. So that's beautiful. But while we wait for that, let's go ahead and collect our quest here. So we had a quest for the Bolognese, which is beautiful. Let's get our rewards. Then we also had one for the harvest plate, which is beautiful as well. So golden carrot and some XP. Nothing too crazy for the rewards there. I think I'm going to just go ahead and put all of this stuff away. And I'm only going to keep the foods that I actually make. So we made that. And now all we have to do now is go grab our lasagna, which should be done here. We got 2. Oh, wow. You actually have to pull them out for it to make the next one, which is good to know. So I'm going to go ahead, wait for all of these to cook up, wait for the apple mash to be created, and then we'll come back so we can go ahead and make our chicken with vegetables, which will be the next food on the list. So yeah, I will see you guys in a second. All right, so we got all of the lasagna out of there that we could have gotten, which is good to go. Let's go ahead and check up on the mashed apple here. We got 11 of it, so that's not horrible. So we're going to put the apple mash back in there, and we are going to go ahead and take some wine. Oh, we actually got 4 more red wine, which is really, really nice, which we can keep for the future. But then we're going to go ahead and put the wine bottles in there, and it should now be making apple wine, I think. I don't know. Or how do I do this? I don't know what I'm doing. It is in the apple press. You need apple mash and the wine bottle. Oh, in these slots. Got it. And then it's going to make, yes, there it goes. So now it's going to make the apple wine. Which is beautiful, which is going to be the last part that we are going to need to make the chicken with vegetables, which is amazing because we have the harvest plates, chicken parts, and now we're going to have the apple wine. So let's start working on the next one, which is going to be chicken alfredo. Ooh, okay. Let's go ahead and check that out. It's going to be red wine, which we have extra of that we just got, so that works out perfectly. We are going to need more chicken parts and then pasta, which is actually really easy, which we can do right now. So let's go grab our red wine. We have 4 of that. We're going to take 4 of that, and then we are going to get, what was it? What was it? The pasta, right? We're going to need pasta. So let's grab, oh, bro, why does everything work out so perfectly? Like, genuinely, why does it actually work out perfectly every single time? I have no idea. This is going to be done in the stove. So stove, here you go. Raw pasta, raw chicken parts, and red wine. And now we're going to get chicken alfredo. Boom, easy, bam, done. Next, we have potato with roast meat. So that's the one that we're going to make. It just takes honey bottles, raw beef, and potatoes. Easy enough. Let's go ahead and take out the chicken alfredo here. And let's complete that quest, which is beautiful. Oh, we actually get a chef's jacket for this one. So we could put that on here and look like a little chef. That is cute. I'm going to keep my armor on though, just because I want to stay safe and not get attacked by any mobs. So let's go ahead and put that away. Let's grab some honey, which I know we have. We got 7. So that's beautiful. We're going to need some beef. We got 6 of that. And then we need some potatoes, which I obviously know we have. So we'll do 6 of that. Oh, that is not what I meant to do. I meant to do the opposite. Put the 6 there. There we go. Then we're going to go ahead with this stove. We'll put that in there. And now we are making the next food. We are just rolling through these foods like it is nothing now, which is amazing. So we are now going to have potato with roast meat. Perfect. So that is another food checked off of the list. We actually get a glass, which is really cool. I might just put this on a table if I don't have a table anywhere. So I'll just put it on top of my anvil, which we can't even do either. But that's really cool. They got glasses in that mod. Love it. Put the golden carrot in there. And let's go ahead and with the next one. Pasta with onion sauce. I don't know if that actually sounds good. Raw pasta with onions. So we're going to need to make some more pasta here, which means we're going to need to make more dough, which means we're going to need yeast and flour. So I don't think, yeah, we have 4 yeast, which we can just go ahead and get 4 flour. And I think it was water, right? So we just do that. So let's get the water bucket in there, the yeast and the flour, mix up here, and we should get the dough. Yes, sweet. So you got 5 dough out of that. Not horrible. We'll block out the water here. And then let's go ahead and put our water bucket back. We'll break that. And then we're going to go ahead and take this dough and we are going to put it into the mincer, roll this up, get some pasta, and we will move on to go make the pasta with onion sauce, which is just going to take 2 onions per, which is beautiful. So we'll just do that. And I think it's in the stove as well. So I think we'll go ahead and get that one here. Pasta, onions. Actually, it's 2 onions, and then we'll make the pasta with onion sauce. We are literally rolling through these so quickly. It's actually insane. Just got our last chicken alfredo, and we should get our first pasta with onion sauce here. Beautiful. Oh, you get 4 per, which is actually really nice. And that one is done as well. The next one is going to be Grandma's strawberry cake, which actually sounds really yummy. So let's go ahead and get Grandma's strawberry cake. You get dough, strawberry, and sugar in the stove, and it makes Grandma's strawberry cake, which sounds really lovely. So I think because we made a lot of food and this episode is getting a little bit longer than I thought I wanted it to be, I think we'll end off with the beautiful Grandma's strawberry cake. So let's grab some strawberries. We are going to need to make more dough, which is so annoying. We might as well just turn all of our stuff, all of our yeast into dough here. We'll do that. We'll get our batter bucket here, and we'll go ahead and get our beautiful little thing made here. So now we got our dough. Oh, that is not what I wanted to do. Now it just messed up the whole entire recipe. Dude, they need to make a way for you to like do that way easier. But yeah, let's do that. And let's get our dough here. Put the water back in there. That is not what I wanted to do. I guess we'll do it underwater. Make some dough under the water. And there we go. So now we got 15 dough, strawberries, and I think we need sugar. I made a little bit more. So there we go. Let's go throw this into this stove, make grandma's strawberry cake. Wow, we are going to have a lot of pasta with onion sauce, which is really good because we do want an abundance of some type of food just so we can use it as our main food source because we want to get off of these horrible cooked carrots. So let's check up on our apple wine now, get our apple juice, and we will go ahead into this stove, which should be done here. Harvest plate, chicken parts, apple juice. And it's not going. Oh my goodness. I definitely did something wrong, didn't I? Yep, it's supposed to be apple wine, which you are supposed to put apple juice into the winemaker. So we're gonna have to wait a little bit longer, which is fine because you guys won't have to wait. So I'm gonna put the apple juice in here. We're actually gonna need to break it because it has leftover juice. Put apple juice in there, bang, and now we're going to get apple wine. Perfect. All right. So I'll see you guys when all of the apple wine is done, and we should be good to make the chicken with vegetables, which is going to be the last thing that we're going to make because we finished the grandma strawberry cake, which is looking very tasty, might I add. So let's go ahead and get our sugar milk bottles here, and we'll unpack that, and we could go ahead and put these rewards away because now we are done. And we are going to be waiting for the apple wine. So I'll see you guys in a second. All right, so it looks like we got our 5 apple wine here, which is going to be perfect for our last recipe here. Let's go ahead, add those apple wines in here, actually this one. And now we'll be able to get our chicken with vegetables, which is going to be amazing. Honestly, the best foods out of these are probably the baked lamb ham and the lasagna. The baked lamb ham does give more saturation, and what's crazy is this is actually so easy to make. So I think this is probably going to be the main one that we go with from now on, but obviously I wanted to try and make all of them for the quest, which we are going to end up doing eventually. So let's go ahead, collect that one, and I think honestly, this is a great time to end off the episode. So I think this episode was very, very successful. We made a lot of brand new foods here. We got into a little bit of wine making, cheese making, and it was just honestly a all-around good, short, kind of long episode. I know I yapped a lot in this episode. I know it was a very informational episode, but I want to teach you guys the mods as I learn as well. So that's why I do these episodes. It is a let's play, but it's also an informational let's play. So yeah, if you guys have any feedback for the video, just go ahead, let me know in the comments. And yeah, if you guys did enjoy, leave a like, subscribe if you are not. We are about to hit 18,000 subscribers, which is insane. So thank you guys so much. And yeah, if you guys are not a part of the Discord, definitely join up the Discord. We are over 5,500 members in the Cozy Cord Discord. We have a great community over there. We have movie nights, we have events. We got a lot of cool building events with the Homestead mod pack coming up. The last one that we hosted, we had a $50 first place winner, and also have access to the Homestead SMP once we release that, which is also coming very soon. So definitely stay tuned for that as well. If you guys love everything Homestead, definitely join the Cozy Cord. And yeah, I appreciate you guys. Thank you guys for watching this video. This is Tokimi signing out. Good night.